Hello, check, check, 1, 2, check. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear the guitar? Is the guitar too loud? Is it too quiet? Hello, everybody. Good morning, salutations, good afternoon, and if I don't see ya, good evening. Yes, I am on Helix 2.9. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. No, this is the Rev Red. The purple's cool. It's not enough. It's not gainy enough for me. This is actually the new. I'm working on a new Drag Dunder live patch, and that's what you're hearing right now. Thoughts on the EVH 5153 50-watt Stealth? I have not tried it myself. Looks pretty cool. If it's anything like the bigger brother, it's probably effing sick. And has tons of gain. Tons of gain. Never really understood only one pickup. I mean, it's a signature model. I have a video coming out on this guitar. This is actually Neil Westfall's actual #1 stage guitar. This is the custom shop ESP that the subsequent signature models were based on. This is the actual. It's his actual sweated all over and dented and beat up guitar that he's letting me borrow very, very graciously. How do you like your coffee? I like just a dash of either almond or oat milk. Thoughts on the Mesa cabs? 212 transatlantic model. I didn't know they made a transatlantic cab. The 212 rectifier cab is, you know, of the all-time greats for sure. Is it weird to play a 25.5-inch scale Eclipse? At first it feels like a baritone, to be honest with you. It's a lot of guitar. It's a Horkin guitar. This is definitely over 10 pounds. The aftermath sounds good. The bare knuckle aftermath in it sounds great. It's funny, I just made for myself, I just made a comparison for the bare knuckle and the Fishman's. The bare knuckle has all the top end lopped off, which actually translates really nicely to a high gain setting. How many riffs? No. 2, 3. 2. I can do that. Church 118, thank you for the super chat. Your question is, I have a Marshall Code 50 trying to get a Trivium sound on a budget. What would you suggest? I would suggest going into a proper speaker cabinet and getting a boost, like an overdrive, like a Maxon OD808 or a Tube Screamer. Play Day to Remember. God, do I even know any Day to Remember? I mean, Downfall of Us All. I don't know any Day to Remember, Revs. I'm sorry. I should have, for the video, I should have covered the Day to Remember. What do I think about the modern Midwest emo thing? I don't know what that is. Is there a modern Midwest emo thing? Budget DAW or interface for beginners. Budget interface would be a Behringer Euphoria, like $100. A budget DAW, I mean, Reaper's $60. EDP445's Teeth. Thank you for the super chat. Your question is, how much do I gotta pay for you to twerk fart? Like at least $1,000. Also, I'm gonna kick you out here pretty soon if you keep leaving all these ridiculous, stupid ass comments. Locking tuners for 62 gauge or higher. The only ones that I'm aware of that actually have a problem are the Spurzels. The Spurzels are actually a pretty narrow path. Did you check out how the new update of Amped Roots sounds? Yes, I do like the changes. I mean, all that stuff is run by me first. Miko really wanted to revamp the modeling because we felt like, for example, in the low end, the blooming of like a palm mute, most amp sims don't have that, and we wanted that realism. So we basically upped the modeling. Is basically what we did, and we revamped it from the original files. Oh yeah, Terry's word up. Yeah, I might need you to. You know what? Here you go. There you go, Terry. You're a mod. Why did you start using triangle picks? So, here, I'll show you. These are the stock versions, right? It's a triangle flex 0.88. And I got these custom guys for tour, which are like, just have the name on them, and then they have a dragged under logo. I had to play the Ernie Ball booth at NAMM, and I ran over to the Dunlop booth because I was out of picks, and Brian Kehoe was like, yo, you should try some of these. These are pretty sick. And I actually felt like I could get more leverage on them with my big ass thumb, and I have to do less work on my right hand, which I get cramps from death gripping the pick because I feel like I can't get the leverage I want. This solved that. I don't know. So we got them right before the tour, and I started using them on tour here and there, and I just love them. Also, if I shave off or if I wear down one end, I can just rotate it and get another end, you know? Chris, thank you for the super chat. Longtime fan, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm looking to buy my first stack for a home studio I'm putting together. Looking at an EVH 5153 50 watt. Want a good 412 cab to go with it. A good cab. I mean, with the EVH stuff, it's gonna sound great with any cab, honestly. I would go with a Mesa cab. The stock EVH cabs are great, but they're a little round for metal, although they will work. They're just fine. You can get them pretty inexpensively as well, but with the EVH 5150 350 watt, I'll get like a Mesa 212 or 412. Something with vintage 30s that really just kicks. Beth, thank you for the super chat. Have you checked out Stay Metal Ray's custom job on the Jim Root Strat with the ebony fretboard with the white body? I did. It looks really, really good. Actually, to be honest, I didn't know. I didn't immediately notice that he had switched the necks. And I was like, wait, did he switch the necks? And then he made a video on switching it. Yeah. Gravity picks are good. I remember gravity picks way back in the day when that dude was literally just like making like 4 or 5 at a time. Favorite Van Halen tune? I don't know, man. Running with the Devil's good. Hot for Teacher's good. Eric, greetings from the land down under. What time is it in Australia right now? Fluff, do you get a lot of artists asking you to mix for them now that you're getting known as a mix engineer? Not really. Honestly, I don't ever get hit up for that kind of stuff. It's pretty rare. I mean, I do get hit up, but it's pretty rare now. Do I prefer the Rev F or the multi-watt? I like the old guy. I like the Rev F. But no, I shouldn't say anything. I can't say anything. Never mind. I won't say anything. Tetrasphere, thank you for the super chat. Your question is, what Les Paul style guitar is the best on the market right now? I want a girthy guitar for heavy rock and drop D. I think Foo Fighters, Everlong Tone. I mean, jeez. Les Paul style. Well, on a budget, the Lima Leah Epiphone or the Matt Heafy Epiphone are great guitars. If you want to spend a little bit more money, or the Schecter single cut, the ESP Eclipses, LTD Eclipse, excuse me, on a budget are great guitars. That's where I would start. All of those are going to boil down to your personal preferences as far as styling, but those are 4 models that you can definitely trust and check out and really dig in for those kinds of... Whoa. Bo Burchell from Salesman was trying to live call me. McChurch, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Horizon Precision or preamp? Like using the Horizon Precision drive as a preamp? Can you restate your question? Eric Crocker, thank you for the super chat. What is your question, sir? Did you hit enter early? Yeah, you did. Dan Reed, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Fluff, from when you started on YouTube to the age you were at, did you ever expect to get as far as you come in the music industry? Great question. No. I was only doing this stuff because I loved doing it. Honestly, that's the only reason. I never wanted to get huge or have lots of, none of that was in my mind when I started. Just doing things for the entertainment of me and my friends. That's it. Good question. Did Eric have a question? Eric, your question is, have you listened to much Seether? Thoughts on those guys? Honestly, yes. I really am a huge fan of Seether. Dude, that first record is still an absolute modern classic. I actually listen to it every once in a while. So good. Yeah, I'm a huge Seether fan. Also love that they used rectifiers in like a very rectifiery way. Like their studio records sound like a big old crunchy rectifier most of the time. I don't know if he uses rectifiers now, but big Seether fan. Oh, I think it means precision drive or the Apex preamp. I don't know what the rest of your setup is, but I have not tried the Apex preamp myself. The Apex preamp definitely seems like it'd be more useful and more versatile in a general situation. Best free IRs to go with the Amped Roots amp sim. The one it comes with is pretty good. ML makes another free one. Dude, there's so many. There's a lot of free ones that are really, really good. What's the Owen Hammer? God's Cab? I think that's Owen Hammer, yeah. That one's really good. Fluff, have you ever thought about doing reviews of guitars in the $300 to $500 range? I have. What do you got in mind? Favorite non-big box guitar store in the US? Chicago Music Exchange or Seattle Guitar Store here in Seattle? Fluff, I asked the Les Paul question. Does the Schecter Solo 2 Custom keep up with the higher end stuff? The Schecter stuff does hang. I currently play a Music Man Stingray RS, and I'm looking for a Les Paul of similar quality. Okay. The Schecter will be pretty good. It's not going to be a Music Man. You know, there's a reason why one guitar is $1,000 and another guitar is $2,300. You're not going to get a $2,300 guitar for $1,000. Now, having said that, will you notice? I mean, is the fit and finish going to be as good? No. Is it going to feel great, sound great? Yeah, probably. The Schecter stuff is absolutely killing it right now. Nathaniel, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on 3 Days Grace? I love the riff work, simple but great groove. I actually like the new singer better than the original singer. My problem with 3 Days Grace originally, when they first came out, was the singer. I didn't like his vocals. I can't remember his name, the guitarist. I'm a huge fan of the rest of the band, though. 3 Days Grace is a great band. I love their riffs. They're very economical in their riffs. They really make them count. And I love that about that band. Passion in My Eyes, 555. Thank you so much for the super chat. What are your thoughts on the new album from The Used? I think it's their best album since Lies for the Liars. I've been listening to it for several weeks, and it's just a great, great album. My dog is freaking out. How can you not love? No. I love old 3 Days Grace. But my problem with all of that stuff was the vocals. It's still good, though. I mean, come on. Like, all that stuff is great. So it's funny that you mentioned doing the inexpensive guitars and the Music Man Sterling stuff. I have a Music Man Sterling JP video coming out, and the Sterling Jason Richardson model coming out for those videos. How do you think this will change the music industry? I mean, all the social distancing stuff. I mean, it's going to change the world forever. I definitely think this is a turning point in humanity. It also feels like the Earth is just like cleansing itself, and it's like, you know what, you fucks. That's just what it feels like to me. I don't know. The Earth is having its revenge, right? I mean, the amps that are on... Okay, so Jake asks, the best amp for big new metal octaver guitars, like on Bring Me the Horizon's Ammo. That was a JCM 800. So if that's the sound you want, get a JCM 800 with a whammy pedal. Hey Fluff, are you still a car guy? Do you have any dream projects right now? I would love to do something with my dad. My dad's a Mopar guy, and I would love to get... You know, he had a Duster back in the day. I would love to build up an old Duster that he had in high school. Let's see. Do you enjoy comics? Not so much anymore. I was a huge... it's just a time thing. I do enjoy comics, but shit, I haven't read anything since Exo Manowar. I read the new reboot Exo Manowar. And there's 2 reboots of Exo Manowar. I love Exo Manowar. Solar, Man of the Atom. That was a good one. Barry Stock is the guitarist. When I first heard you play years ago, your playing style reminded me of him. Thank you, man. Yes, Barry. I follow Barry on Instagram. I hear he's a cool dude. I don't know him at all. He has great fucking tone. He's a great player. I can't say he ever consciously influenced me, but thank you. If my playing ever reminded you of his, that's really, really awesome. Indra, thank you for the super chat. What patch cables do you use on your pedal board? I do not have a pedal board, although I did just build a pedal board from wish.com pedals. Typically I'll use Hosa or the Ernie Ball, the new Ernie Ball flat patches. Either one of those that I can find at that particular time is what I'll use. Mason, thank you for the super chat. Will you do a review on the new Epiphone Les Paul Custom? Is there a new Epiphone Les Paul Custom? Is that the black and gold one? Is that what I saw? Or are you talking about the new ones with the new headstock? Like the new series? I can't remember what the series are called. Canadians, of course they're awesome. I don't think I've ever met a Canadian that wasn't the nicest person on the planet. Real talk. Yeah, all the assholes I've ever known are from either France or America. Who's your favorite comic book artist? Jim Lee. I don't know if he even does comics anymore. Joe Quesada. I think he runs Marvel now. But back in the day, he used to do stuff for like, he did Ezreal's Sword, Batman series. And he did Solar, Man of the Atom. He did Exo Manowar. He did Valiant and Image stuff. You guys probably have no idea who Joe Quesada is. Did you see the Puddle of Mud about a girl cover? I did. I saw it right when it came out, only because I'm subbed to the Sirius YouTube channel. I was like, oh, let's click on it, because Wes has been sober since 2015. It's really bad. I don't know what the thought was of like, hey, let's release this. Let's put this out on Sirius's part. Don't know. Do I prefer Matt Waltz as 3 Day Grace's vocalist? I do. Sorry. Personal preference, man. Personal preference. I just put a Keith Merrill Fishman Fluent set in my Jackson 7 string. My Misha 6 string has bare knuckle juggernauts. Do you prefer the tone of the Fishmans over the passive pickups, and why? Not universally, no. Fishmans are so clean, which lends to a high gain tone. Passive pickups have a grittiness and a dirtiness to them that is also really, really musical and great. I like both. That's going to be my answer. Dan Reed, I'm Canadian. Cool. Sam, thank you for the super chat. I just want to know your opinion on death metal. Universally, I don't have a problem with it. I don't listen to a lot of death metal because it's just not my thing. But I mean, I don't dislike it. I just don't really, I don't know. Thoughts on my band's guitar tone? Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let's, how do I... Let's listen to your guitar tone. I mean, you paid $10 for a super chat. Shit. Is this it? I think this is it. It's good. It's crunchy. Good guitar tone. I like that guitar tone. Have you heard of Sunny Day Real Estate? Yes, I'm an old grunge kid from the Seattle area growing up in the 90s. Sunny Day Real Estate were gods. Holy shit, Mr. Ola England is hanging out, ladies and gentlemen. Ola, what's up, dude? I hope you're well. If you guys, I don't know how on earth any of you wouldn't know Ola, but if you are not subbed to Ola, please go and do so right now. Although I suspect all of you are probably already watching Ola's stuff because he's the fucking king and the greatest ever. Your video on getting the jerk tone is pretty great. How about a video on getting a tone with amped roots? Ooh. I should do that. I think we might need more amps though. I have not played Apex Legends. I'm a Call of Duty guy, and I know they're not even the same. I was told, okay, so Drag Dunder's singer, Tony, literally plays Apex Legends like 12 hours a day. He's pretty damn good, I am told. Oh, thank you, Ola. So the next video I'm going to do... Okay, so the next tone videos I'm going to do are recreating Nirvana tone, and then I'm going to get out the Century, and I'm going to recreate, even though you've already done it, I'm going to recreate probably Far Beyond Driven's tone, or maybe Vulgar Display. I don't know. But I'm going to do a Pantera one. Yeah, see, that's the thing with the Warzone. I don't like Warzone itself. Oh, Apex has slower reaction times. Okay, I'm definitely gonna give Apex Legends a try. Being old sucks. What guitar do you have with you right now? This is a custom shop ESP. This belongs to Neil Westfall from A Day to Remember, and this is his stage guitar. This is his touring guitar, and it's pretty beat up. I know you can't see it on camera, but there's all sorts of road rash on the back, and like the plating's worn off. This is the guitar that they based his signature model LTD on. So, yeah. It's a very, very nice guitar. See. Do you guys game? Who games? Who games in here? I know. I suspect a lot of you have been having a lot of game time lately. Cannon, thank you. Hello from Sweden. Hello from Seattle. What time is it in Sweden? Do old amp modelers like the Axifex Ultra still hold up compared to newer offerings like the Helix? It's a great question. I imagine they would. You might have to do a little bit more work to make them fit in a mix, maybe? Great question, man. I don't know. Modern Warfare. I don't know how to do it yet, but I want to eventually do a Call of Duty, maybe do a custom game and we all play or something. I don't know. Like your thoughts. Okay, so first of all, Spazzer Fitz, thank you for the super chat. I'd like to know your thoughts on 12-foot Ninja and their heavy use of the Line 6 Variax Helix. I personally love it. Was just wondering your musicians' thoughts. I love what they do. I think what they do and what they've always done is stuck to what they do best, and it's just sounding like them. They don't sound like anyone. They're very creative. They're very, very awesome. 12-foot Ninja is sick. Opinion on the Orange Dark Terror. It's a great amp. Fluff, I feel like the IRs and the cab simulation has gotten better in the new models. Yeah, I agree. The shortcoming of the Ultra. Did the Ultra even load impulses? I don't remember. I think it did, didn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I don't think the original OG Axifex did, though. Pre-Ultra. Correct me if I'm wrong. Podcast Stage, thank you so much for the super chat. I will grab myself a coffee. Thanks, man. Dude, you're killing it, by the way. If you guys are into microphones and like other nerdy shit, go hit Podcast Stage with a sub. The Ultra did not load impulses. Okay, I thought so. And could also not be used as an audio interface, correct? What is your biggest regret recording guitars? Actually, recently, it's not realizing that I saw normally I would split out of the fractal to record a DI and a wet at the same time. So I would just simply create an output in the Axe-Fx and output it into the front of the Apollo. What I did not realize is it changes the sound and compresses the DI drastically. And I was always having problems trying to reamp the tracks I would record that way. And then it dawned on me one day, oh, I should plug straight into the interface and then compare them. And the fractal was destroying the DI, which was shocking. I didn't think it would do that. Yeah, big regret. So there are quite a few videos where the tones could have been better because of that. Mike, thank you so much for the super chat. Your question is LSR 4326s plus subwoofer or LSR 4328s without? That's a loaded question. I would only use a subwoofer if you have learned your room and know your room and know what you're getting into with the sub, because if you just blindly start to use a sub just for the sake of getting a sub, you risk overusing it. So, but having said that, I would definitely recommend a subwoofer if you're cautious about it. The dumbest thing I ever done in the studio. I've done some pretty dumb shit, to be honest with you. We were in Rest Repose was recording, and we all had Torpedo Lives, and I put mine on top of the stack or pile of whatever I was next to, and like an idiot, I put it up and immediately turned around and walked into the cable and pulled it down, and it came crashing down. Like, it fell like 7 feet onto the hardwood floor, and it was bad. That was absolutely one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Yes, I am playing in a classical position. We are going to play classical music with this single bare knuckle pickups ESP Eclipse, guys. That's not really classical. I'm a terrible interpreter. Dream producer to record Dragged Under. I don't know. Will Putney, who's a homie. Got anything in the works with Rob Scallon? I do not. We have not done any work together in a while. There was something that came out recently, and because I'd done a couple of mixes for him like literally a year ago, and they're just now starting to come out. Would I ever sell guitar profiles for Dragged Under music? I don't know how to use Guitar Pro, but yeah. Bill Stevenson, yeah, good call. The Blasting Room. Matthew Fry, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm a Canadian asshole. Have a cold brew on me. Thanks, man. See, clearly, you just contradicted yourself. You're not an asshole. You just bought me a cold brew. Unless someone else here who knows you can vouch for your assholeness. Thoughts on Good Tiger? I love Good Tiger. Big Elliot Coleman fan. Do I like Caius? Yes, I love Caius. I've never played anything from AMT Electronics. You know what? I have not. Fluff, do you have any cool gig stories? Yeah, lots. Cool gig stories. I mean, I don't know, like the whole last tour was a cool gig story. Sold out theaters everywhere. Hard question regarding ETID, Hot Damn or the Big Dirty? Oof. Damn, hard hitting. Fuck. Big Dirty. But okay, to be fair, we had this argument in the van over the last tour. I think ETID gets better and better and better. And their earlier stuff is a little rough around the edges, but that's what makes it so good. Podcast age, what's your favorite ETID record? You have to pick one to listen to for the rest of your life. God, the Big Dirty was so brilliant. My favorite record for them is X Lives, honestly. I loved how weird and experimental it was. ETID's so sick. Have you ever had anything stolen from you while on tour? I have not. My band goes to great lengths to ensure that does not happen. We have been in some extremely shady places. And if that means someone stays back in the van and we bring them their dinner, that's what's going to happen. Can you recommend another band like Good Tiger along the same vein? Ooh, man. I don't know anyone else that sounds like Good Tiger because Elliot's vocal is so unique, in my opinion. Thoughts on Andy Williams' wrestling career? I love it. I think, and it honestly makes him so happy to do it. Think Big Dirty would be my album from them, but I can't deny the glory of Ebolarama. Yeah, I know. Gary, thank you so much for the kind words. For the Amped Roots, we just updated Amp Roots, by the way. So now it has AAX support for you Pro Tools users. Literally, it would have been available when we launched, but there's been no one at Avid to approve the AAX plugin. I didn't realize that Avid has to approve every AAX plugin for use in Pro Tools before you can put it out. I didn't know that. Ronnie Webster, will Drag Dinner ever play any shows in Richmond, Virginia? Yes. Dragged Under just signed a record deal, and we will be touring the world probably next year. Like a literal world tour. Should do live mix reviews. It's not a bad idea. What are you using to send the guitar sound to the live stream? I just use the Universal Audio Arrow, and I just go an XLR out of the Helix, so it has two inputs. One is the microphone, and one is the Helix. That's it. I love the Arrow so much. And my pick. Oh, thanks, guys. I think we're going to be putting out the Chelsea music video to announce it in the next day. We signed with a label called Mascot Label Group. Gojira, Volbeat, POD, Joe Bonamassa are also on the label, or were on the label. No, not Epitaph, not Sub Pop. Although there were 7 labels trying to get us. This Les Paul is an ESP custom shop made in Japan, Neil Westfall model. This is Neil's personal stage guitar with a day to remember, and he's letting me borrow it. And he's a very nice person. I know you guys can't see this, but like, it has... Oh, focus camera. It has like really like heavy denting in the back. I don't know why. Maybe from setting it down or something. Yeah, I actually found my pick. What picks am I using? I'm using .88 Tortex Flex picks. Yeah, so I did talk about the getting signed very briefly on the URM podcast. I actually had to get permission. That was the first I had talked about it in public. I had to get permission from, our people. This is a Magic Mouse 2. I love it, and I hate it, but I love it. Also, the battery life is exceptionally longer than the original Magic Mouse. All-time favorite fuzz pedals. Electro Harmonics, the Big Muff Pie reissue. Smaller, the orange guy. Pumpkin Pie. The Way Huge Russian Big Muff. The Way Huge Conquistador. I like Muff style fuzzes. Fuzz Rocious makes a great fuzz. Ren and Cuff Ren and Cuff Box of War. There we go. I have one of those too. Do I manscape? Of course, I'm not a heathen. How'd you get the guitar from them in Florida during the quarantine? FedEx is still running, so Neil just shipped it. Why do I hate the Magic Mouse 2? I hate the Magic Mouse 2 because you have to keep your hand like this. It's not, you can't rest your hand on it and use it. You have to keep a claw on your hand, claw position on your hand at all times. Favorite Smashing Pumpkins album? Oof. Siamese Dream. Guys, we're creeping up on the hour mark. We're at 48 minutes. I am starving, and I'm gonna go get some lunch. I heart you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. Also, I don't think we've ever had this many people hanging out in a live chat before. So thank you so much for hanging out. I am now on Cameo, by the way, which has been hilarious. I've kicked out band members and all sorts of stuff. So there's a link down below if you want to hit me up on Cameo, or go download the plugin, or go shop Sweetwater. All sorts of stuff, all sorts of fun in the description. Heart you. Thank you so much. I will see you in 1 week. Fluff out.